Welcome to another Saturday of Sports Talk. Felix and Kamau and Felix. It is a Christmas edition. Merry Christmas to everyone. Feliz Navidad. And every holiday tradition that you may be celebrating out there. Hope you are having a great one this morning. It is a beautiful morning where I am. It is in the 60s. I just took my crazy dog for a walk. Got back in plenty of time to do the show. The sun is shining. I hope the sun is shining wherever you are, whether it is in your life or in the sky. Thank you for joining us this morning. As always, click like, click share, and get everybody you know to come in and join us. Call your friends, call them, say, hey, y'all finished opening up them Christmas gifts. Go on the internet and get on the internet. Kamau and Felix is back to talk that crazy sports stuff. Tell them to share with their friends. Tell them to share with the friends of their friends. And everybody, even if they're not friends, tell them to come on in. Brother Felix, how you doing, sir?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm all right. You all right?
Oh yeah. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. Hope Santa Claus brought you something nice.
Yeah, this year I didn't get books.
And even if you didn't get something nice, go buy yourself something nice. That makes
Right,
you feel better. At least you know you get what you wanted.
Exactly.
As always, you want to make sure we start off by promoting the book Gratefulness Journey Every Day by Mr. Marcus Holmes. That's young man right here. And we want to promote him and thank him for making this show bring it to fruition. And that's going to lead to our topic of the day, the year in review, starting off with sports talk with Kamau and Felix debuting somewhere around the 14th of March. I think we did our first couple of shows on a Sunday, and then we settled into a Saturday, and we've been here on these every other Saturday ever since. I want to say the 14th or the 28th. I was trying to find my notes, trying to figure out what was what and which was which, but all I figured out was March. So it was either 14th or 28th. Looks like it was the 14th. And we are here, and we've been moving forward ever since. We are rounding up on a year soon, so I'm excited about that. We're going to do a quick review in sports and all the championships that were won in all the different major sporting areas, starting with college football, with Alabama having an exciting win last year. And then we look at college basketball. We had, in the men's side, we had Baylor destroying Gonzaga. That game wasn't even close. Then we had Stanford on the girls' side, a 1-point victory, really close victory over there. And we had Milwaukee in the NBA jumping on Phoenix. Phoenix were up, and it seemed like somehow Milwaukee was a little engine that could and came back and took care of that one. And then in NFL and the Super Bowl, Tampa Bay jumped all over Kansas City. It seemed like from the time they got off the bus, they didn't even have a chance. That was ridiculous. Major League Baseball, we had Atlanta. They won in 6 games. And in the NHL, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Who would have known that a warm weather team would have won, I think, back-to-back, if not 2 out of the last 3 in the NHL. Which gives my team hope, the Red Wings, seeing that the former GM of the Red Wings, Mr. Eisenman, of the Lightning, are now with the Red Wings as our GM and building pretty good. They steady, slow but steady. They're not doing the greatest. Of course, we were like, but I think they're probably doing the best out of all our Detroit sports team right now, which isn't saying very much, but it's okay. We're going to talk about some of them other teams in a few minutes, possibly. So, any of those games stick out to you, sir? That you remember?
Yeah, that the NBA Finals. That was I thought Chris was gonna get his first one. I really did. But
I did too. They were. I'm sorry.
I say fear the deer.
It seemed like they were playing the most consistent going into those finals. That Phoenix was playing definitely the most consistent at the time, and some seemed like a light just turned on in Milwaukee. I don't know where that light came from, but maybe it was Rudolph's nose to start leading them the way and blinking, and they went right to it.
Right.
Was it they won 4 in a row or something like that? 3. It was what they was up 2.
They were down 2-0. They
Yeah,
won 4 in a row.
yeah. I can tell you what game stood out the most to me was Baylor. The way Baylor dismantled Gonzaga. That game wasn't even close. From the tip off, literally, their attitude towards that game and the way they jumped on Gonzaga was incredible to me. That game, the score was nowhere near indicative of how Baylor really jumped on them boys. It was it was
Right.
it was it was
Because I
crazy.
was shocked. Remember, I remember I said it to you.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I thought Gonzaga won. You like,
I would have
no.
thought I was actually leaning towards Baylor because
Yeah.
being down on the local stations down here, and they looked tough. They did lose that one game because they had a couple players. They had a couple COVID issues throughout the season last year, and it just seemed like it was their mission, and they're on a mission now. A lot of those guys have graduated, and I think they graduated 4 since the NBA, and still they're undefeated right now. So
You know
shout
what's
out to Baylor.
you know what's funny though? It's looked like Gonzaga gonna be that team that's not never gonna win one. They gonna always
Yeah,
have the right talent. They just can't get over the hump.
yeah, they reminded me of the old Buffalo Bills, where they want to get there.
See, they,
No,
yeah.
okay, well, how about the old Minnesota Vikings before them? Minnesota went to 4 Super Bowls in a row with
Oh, yeah.
Dandy.
Was I here yet? I don't even know if I was
We,
here
we was
then.
we was
Was
we
I
was
here?
we was, we was shorties. We was baby shorties. We was young. That was in the
Right.
70s. That
Oh,
was
so
that.
yeah, I was a Saturday night waiting to happen. I wasn't here.
I was here. I was here. I was here. The Purple People
Okay.
Eaters. I was here, but they didn't win one either. So, and at the end of the day, it's the conference. When you playing in that conference, and you're not playing that top tier talent on a nightly basis, like the Big 12 or the Big 10 or the Big
Right.
East, where you're playing against those teams 2-3 times a week, literally. That's and you go into those. I'm not saying that the environment is any different out there in the Mountain West, but when you go into that kind of physicality and
Absolutely.
the talent night, you playing Tuesday, Saturday, and you playing tough teams Tuesday, Saturday, or Sunday,
Right.
Thursday, and then and that schedule rotates. You got to play them twice. You got to play them
Right.
home and away. Playing is a lot harder for a turnaround when you get to the tournament and have to match that every game. You was it 6
Right.
games to win it all, and the further you go along, you're playing you in better every and as the tournament goes along. So I think that's
What
a big
conference?
part of it. I
What
want to say the
conference
Mountain
is that?
West. Is it the Mountain West? I'm not for
I
sure.
thought it was the WAC.
Is it the WAC? I'll have to
I
look
thought
that
it was
up.
the WAC. But it don't matter
It
because
could
I
be.
mean it's like you're saying they play them cupcake. I think they got one tough team over there like Wyoming or somebody. But then
Mm-hmm.
other than that, you're not meeting nobody. And then you got figure in the tournament. It's on a neutral site, so anything can
Mm-hmm.
go. But I think he gonna end up being that coach that had the talent, always had the teams, but he just can't win one. They should have been got one. They done
Right.
had some players come through there. They done had Adam
Mm-hmm.
Morrison come through there. They done
Yep.
had Pargo come through there. They done had some players. It's like
Yep.
they can't finish. They like Cinderella. You get to the ball and gotta be home before 12.
Yep.
It's just sad,
Mm-hmm.
man.
And they'll turn into the pumpkin.
He a good coach. I ain't gonna say he's
He's a
a
great
great
coach.
coach, but he a good
Mm-hmm.
coach. He can recruit. But
Mm-hmm.
they like this year. I don't see them winning it this year because the dude in the middle, man, he just skinny, man. He just tall and skinny. And when it come down to it, that's why you laugh because when it come down to it and they get on a neutral court, like
Mm-hmm.
the more you advance, the harder it's gonna get. So it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be some Cinderellas out there, and it's gonna be your favorites gonna be Gonzaga, the Dukes, the Michigan State, but you're
Yeah.
gonna have a sleeper out
UCLA
there that's
again.
gonna right. That's all you got. If it was me and I had to face Gonzaga, I just box and win every time.
That's
You don't
exactly what I
gotta
was gonna
look.
say.
The guard
I
play
box
ain't
one,
there.
box that guy out. I wouldn't even let him get to the
Right,
dot line.
box one.
7 footer. He wouldn't get to the dot circle. I would just put
Right,
my
because
strongest guy on
he's
him.
not physical. He's just tall.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Mm-hmm.
said when you on a previous show, like I told you. That's Sean Bradley, man, 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. Sean Bradley made his money, and he hurt his. When you guys got like him and Yao Ming, when you got those longer streamers like that, you make
Right.
your money for a couple of years, put some points up, and those injuries catch up to him. I hope that don't happen to this kid, but we'll see. We shall see. Time shall tell with this young man. But we had a great year in review. Lots of great championship games. Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm a hockey fan, so I kind of kept up with them a little bit in the championship games last year, and another one of my favorite teams that's been going very well in the NHL, other than the Red Wings, are the Las Vegas Golden Knights. They've been they've only been in the league like 3 or 4 years, and they've been to the Stanley Cup Finals already. And so
Right.
those are good teams if you want to keep up with a little bit of hockey. Take a look at them. Of course, always the original six: Chicago, Montreal, Boston, Toronto, Detroit, and Pittsburgh. Those teams are always going to be good. They've been having their ways back and forth always, but they're still going to play quality hockey, and then that's the good thing about it. And as once again, we want to make sure that we are encouraging you to go out and get this book. Get this book, Mr. Marcus Home. There he is. Mr. Marcus said he got a great Christmas, and I'm glad he got himself a good Christmas gift. And I hope you got something nice for Christmas. And like I said, if you didn't get something nice, we grown now. Go on and get yourself what you want. If you want to get you some perfume, go on and get you some of that high-end perfume. If you didn't get that bag, go on and buy that bag yourself, girl. Go on and get that bag. Get it yourself, girl.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. Okay. Well, just go get the bag.
The malls are closed today. That's called larceny. That's
No, tomorrow, of course. Of course. The biggest shopping day is Black Friday and the day after Christmas when you get to the mall because everybody's taking everything back and getting those after Christmas sales. So go on in there and get that Coach bag, 10% off, 15% off, and all that. It's a good time to go do it.
Or you know what you do? You know what you do? Do like I do. When I go back to the mall the day after Christmas, I knock everything off the shelves and I say, "This is knocked off, right?" I can take something off. I think it broke. I can take something off of this, right? Or you can always do the 5-finger discount. You know what that is, right? You don't know the 5-finger discount?
Well, okay, explain to me. What's your
good times?
What's your version of
the chain off the thing? 5-finger discount.
When Janet Jackson got arrested, yeah, her and Mike got
a 5-finger discount.
She had the money to pay for it, but she ran out the stove.
Yeah, man took her wallet, so she took the chain. 5-finger discount.
We don't want to encourage her.
Around though. She didn't see the camera had her.
We don't want to encourage folks to do that, but we want you to go ahead and get
it. If Janet Jackson can do it, you can do
it. Only thing I encourage you to do is that Janet Jackson did. She went and got her a billionaire and got that money. That's the only thing I would encourage women to do. Go find
so that was after Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, Jermaine wasn't quite a billionaire. You know, he got a little money.
He was a near.
He wasn't a millionaire. Somewhere between a thousandaire and a millionaire. He was somewhere between thousandaire and a million. You know, he still get his residual check from Escape. He still gets his residual. All right. Moving forward, we're gonna get into the NBA. They have a full slate of games today. There's 5 games. And before we get to that, we're going to talk about the Eastern Conference. Right now, we have the Nets, Bulls, Bucks, Heat, Cavaliers, and Wizards. The Wizards and Cavaliers traded spots from 2 weeks ago, where the Wizards were in 5th and the Cavaliers were in 6th. In the West, we have the Suns changing from the Warriors, the Jazz, the Grizzlies, Clippers, and the Lakers. In the East, the Nets are starting to live up to their billing a little bit. They're weathering the storm. They had some COVID issues, and they brought some guys up from their G League affiliate, and they continue to win. The Bulls have been steady all season. I would consider the most steady team in the East right now. The Buccaneers, can't call them that. That's not right. The Bucks, the Heat, Cavaliers, and Wizards. The Heat are playing well. What's the kid? The kid with the jump shot. Hero. What's his name?
Oh.
He's playing outstanding right now. The youngest kid ever played in the finals before he took Magic spot. Tyler Hero, what's his name?
Oh, Tyler Hero. Yeah. The guy
That
from
kid
the
is playing. He's playing outstanding right now. I was watching some of that game the other night. He hit some jump shots. He hit some jump shots I hadn't seen people hit. A 3-pointer, bank shot from the corner, falling away to keep the game, keep him in the game. So I like that kid a lot.
The dude from what's the guy name? The guy from Michigan, Duncan Robinson. He's been lighting it up behind the arc. Yeah.
These are guys. These are role players. These are role players that are stepping up and taking their role on very seriously, and not just standing back to I forget the guy, the superstar, the one they paying all the money to, the one that left Minnesota and that played at Philly for a year. They're not stepping back to him, and they're stepping up and just playing. And you got to do that if you want to be champions. And I'm pretty sure Pat Riley scenes doing his usual marionette in the locker room, even though he's still, he's just the GM. Pat Riley, he got to do his thing. So that's Pat Riley 100%. In the West, we got the Suns who have beaten, who took the Warriors. They had their streak going for all those years. That with 18 games, the Warriors had one in a row, and all of a sudden, the Suns was like, no. We the team. We the number one team in the West and in the league right now, and I think they've beaten them 2 out of 3 times they just played them. And so they're doing well. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be first to admit I did not see the Suns playing so well. I really didn't. They won on their own streak where they won a bunch in a row, and then they're number one in the West. I like to be proven wrong. I'll be the first person to apologize. I apologize to those Heat fans out there. You wearing your Heat jersey today? Not Heat. I'm sorry, Suns. Apologize to those Suns fans out there because I did not see them playing so well. But they are they're playing well. They got the big kid. He's playing his role, and they're dumping it into him, and he's slamming it down and going to the free throw line and making them. So you got to like that. The Warriors are, as always, shooting the lights out. They got a plan for what's her name come back from a knee injury. He's still doing his rehab assignment. They're going to be bringing him up soon. Klay Thompson's going to be back soon, and of course it's time to put him back into the rotation, get your chemistry back together. But to me, it shouldn't be that long because he's been there. It's not like he's just new to the team. So he'll still always have his chemistry with Steph and Draymond. And the kid, the defensive guy who can still score, he's still there. Keep bringing him back and forth. So it's not going to be so bad when he comes back. We want to thank Miller Hamilton and Darren Smith for joining us. Thank you so much for coming in this morning on this Christmas morning. We are discussing the NBA, the leaders in each conference. Right now, if the playoffs were to start, we're looking at the top 6. We're not going to look at 7 and 8 right now because those are the teams that would have the play-in games. So right now, once again, we're looking at the Easters. We're looking at the Nets, the Bulls, Bucks, Heat, Cavaliers, and Wizards. In the West, the Suns, the Warriors, Jazz, Grizzlies, Clippers, and the Lakers. Leading to the next topic for NBA, we're going to spend a little bit more time down the NBA. We're going to go into these games next. Question of the day for the NBA: the Lakers are still in 6th place despite playing so poorly. Are they going to be able to keep that 6th spot?
They need to stay. That's what he should focus on. Stay at the 6th spot right now. That because LeBron is the leader. If I was him, I say let's stay at the 6th. If you go to 7, you're going home the first round. If you go 8, you're definitely going home the first round. You say, okay, you go 1 to 8, 2 to 7, 3 to 6, 4 to 5. If you stay right now at the 6, you're liable to match up the first round against the
Clippers. So in other words, they will play the Jazz.
Well, okay.
So right now they will go with they'll play the Jazz.
You got to play the Jazz. They can it's going to take a lot, but they can make a playoffs run against the Jazz. If you fall into the 7th spot, you're either going to face Felix or the Golden State. You're going home. If you fall into the 8th spot, you're going to face Felix or Golden State. You're going home. Focus on the 6th spot. If I LeBron, because if you see that he obviously has some type of pool. because they had to waive Isaiah Thomas in order to get the new guy. They got Collison. Collison supposed to start tonight. Collison ain't picked up a ball in 2 years. He just retired from the NBA. So I guess he's going to get his trial today. You shouldn't have ever signed Isaiah Thomas if he was going to wait anyway. He didn't even get a 10-day contract. You see what I'm saying? They just played Felix Tuesday, and he got waived. Then you played San Antonio Thursday. So you only got 2 days to try out. They shouldn't even sign you. With that being said, if I'm hoping that Jimmy Buss is watching this, trade AD now. Get rid of AD. I like it. You see the jerseys I got on them. Get rid of AD, man. And Drake Bone. This guy cannot help you. Okay, what I'm saying is, the difference is when LeBron went to Miami, LeBron was in the blossom of his prime. D-Wade was on the decline. But D-Wade was like, it's your team. I'm going to let you lead. I'm going to follow you. And coming to LA was supposed to take the torch out of LeBron's hands. That's not the type of player he is. He's never going to be that type of player. He's not a leader. None of that. He wasn't that in New Orleans. So get rid of the dead weight now while you can, because you play better without him anyway. Your services, because the more and more he stays, the worse and worse it's going to get. It's starting to look like that championship in the bubble was a fluke. If you really look at it, because the following year, you got out the first round. And now he's out a month. Get rid of him now, man, while you can get some point. Whether it's a pick, whether it's some cash, whatever. Give it to AD, man. AD is my guy. I like AD. You can't help but sitting out in straight clothes and shooting ruffle commercials.
Now, do you think he's going to come injury?
You say what?
Do you think that AD is going to come back from that injury this year?
It's not about when he comes back. It's about the physicality of when he comes back. You see what I'm saying? And every time he touches the ball, you hold your breath. Now, it's like buying a car, man, that you can't go out of town and drive in. What's the sense of keeping the car? To just get around the city. But if you had to take an emergency trip out of town and no planes and trains was available, you can't drive this vehicle. Get rid of him now. And like I said, he's an exceptional talent. Absolutely. AD, he's not physical. He don't want to be physical. He don't want to be a leader. Same thing, even though it's a different sport. Matt Stafford, he was not a leader here. He doesn't want to be a leader. He just want to be a quarterback. I can remember, what was the guy named? The
running back. The running back came from New York.
He told Matt, hey, man, we need to have a players only meeting. And he was like, for what? That's what I'm saying. Certain people don't want that title. So back to the task at hand. Just get rid of him. Get rid of him now. Because, okay, in a minute, but LeBron got maybe another year tops, 2, maybe. What you gonna do when LeBron gone? He's not gonna take that torch. Russ ain't gonna take it either. Carmelo gonna be gone. Get rid of
Carmelo gonna leave when LeBron leave.
Yeah, when LeBron leave, it's over for real. So start planning for the future now.
All right. Well, thank you, Antoine Pink, for joining us. Mr. Darren Smith said Lakers need to get their chemistry together. They need to avoid the Suns too. Pretty much like they, like you just said, with the make sure they stay in the 6th spot. And Darren also said they didn't need Westbrook. AD keep getting injured. He's great, but if he keep getting injured, it's over for him too. I like AD. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think they give him 2 props in terms of how good he is. I'm not saying that he's not that good, but I'm saying he's a good player. But I don't think that he's the transformational player, I should say, that they keep giving him credit for. And I think that's if he was actually that kind of a player, would have made the playoffs in New Orleans. And but he's a good role player. He's that good second banana, and that's what you're going to need from him. And every now and then, the second banana got to be able to, tactfully go to his teammates and say, "Hey, come on, let's pick it up," and expect that from himself. I'm pretty sure he
Okay,
expects it from himself, but he got to be able to
on
do it to his teammates as well.
on Darren's comment, he's right. They didn't need to get Westbrook. I agree with him 100%. But it comes to filling the seats. So she had to get something to fill the seats because you let the guy go. Like I told you, I told you before, it's going to come back to hurt them that they let old boy go to Chicago. You could have started him.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been him and LeBron. You could have still brought not Westbrook. You still could have brought Rondo to run the second unit. You wouldn't have missed a beat. Dude can shoot, defend, all that. The only knock on Westbrook is he can't shoot. And then as the playoffs come, they're going to ISO LeBron or they're going to double LeBron. He's going to have to swing it to Westbrook. Westbrook can't hit. He can't hit the side of a barn. That's going to hurt them. Then what else is going to hurt them? As a former basketball player myself, the league is getting younger. It's not getting older.
Mm-hmm.
So when they miss those long shots, it was already 3 subs across half court. They have nobody to run back. That's why you're going to miss Caruso. You should have kept him. Then you wouldn't even have to sign Westbrook. You should have kept my man who they sent to Washington too, Montrezl Harrell. You should have kept him. All of this is going to come back to haunt LeBron like it always does. He does it everywhere he goes. He did it in Cleveland when he signed B-Wade. He signed all of them. They was on a 4-game losing streak. LeBron, what's going on? We top heavy. How? You said me. You told Gideon Gilbert this is what you needed to win. Then it didn't work out. You shipped everybody out. Then they got the Jordan Clarksons and all them. He quit on Lonzo Ball and them, regardless what he want to say or not. He quit on them.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole setup to get AD. Now you got AD. Now you told Carmelo the time is now. You either sign now or you're gonna regret it. The only way for you to fix it, because you messed it up, is to fix it. And that's what I'm saying.
He's trying. If you notice, he's doing his best right now, putting up 35 a night and playing all those minutes whether he want to or not.
And you're putting up 35 points a night. You're putting up 35 points a night and you're 32 games in. You still got to go 50 games. By the time the playoffs come, you're going to be burnt out. That's what I'm saying. You messed it up. You fix it. You shouldn't even be scoring 30-0. You should be scoring 18-19. It should be Westbrook. It should be Carmelo. It should be Rondo. But once again, you made it, so fix it. If I now go upstairs, like you've been going upstairs, go back upstairs and tell Jeannie, we need to trade AD. I don't care if you're trading for him. You need to get him out of Dodge. Because I'm telling you, it's going to be the same scenario all over again. You're not getting out the first round with this guy. He's not.
Is Rondo hurt?
Who?
Is Rondo hurt? Because I know they resigned him.
He ought to be hurt, but he ain't hurt. The Gordon Tucker kid, he trash. Wayne Ellington, trash. Trevor Ariza, trash. Get rid of it. It's going to blow up in your face like it did in Cleveland. The only reason you voted Miami because you set that up. You set that up to go back to Cleveland. It's going to fold again. You're not going to get to play with your son in the NBA. Not on this hand. And if that's what you're trying to do, the longevity, that's not going to help. That's not going to happen either. And that's what you're trying to set up for, so they can be the first father and son that ever play. That ain't going to happen.
No, I don't see that. He's hard pressed to get a good scholarship right now. If anything, somebody will take him just because he's LeBron's son. All right, Mr. Darren Smith said they didn't need Westbrook. AD keep getting injured. Oh, we all said that one already. Darren said Rondo could have stretched the floor and distributes the ball well. I agree with you 100%. Let's move forward to today's games. We got Atlanta and New York. That game is going to come on directly right after us on ESPN. I like the Knicks. There's something about those Knicks. They've been playing better. What's the name that came from the Lakers over there, the big boy? And if he can just keep his attitude together, he always want to fight referees at the end of games, even though he got cheated. Even though he did get cheated.
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle. I agree with him. They keep cheating him. But you still can't fight them referees. They're gonna start taking more and more of your check, brother. We don't want to see that happen to you. And we got Boston, Milwaukee. That game is on ABC. I think 1:30. The game probably other day. Golden State and Phoenix. I think the game is at 3:30, 4 o'clock, somewhere right around in there. Nets in LA. Next, go to LA. And that game is a simulcast on ABC and ESPN. And then the night game on TNT, Dallas and Utah. What do you think is the best game of those 5 today?
None of them.
None of them?
It's like watching Looney Tunes. It's like watching the Road Runner being chased by the Coyote. Okay, the Laker game, Durant not playing, and Kyrie, the part-timer, he not playing. So where's the thrill at? No sizzle. Okay, the game that's coming up following us, who cares about the Knicks and who are they playing anyway? Okay, the next game after that is who? You said
Milwaukee.
Boston and who?
Milwaukee.
Okay, next who is that? Phoenix.
This is one I want to see. I want to see Golden State Phoenix.
Right there. That's your game. Phoenix and Golden State. That's gonna be the only bad thing is Clay didn't make it. They thought Clay would be back for this one, but he didn't make it. Other than that, I'm gonna put it to you like this: the winner of this game right here is gonna let you know who's coming out the West, because that's who it's gonna come down to between Phoenix and Golden State. That's gonna let you know who's gonna finish 1 and 2.
I have to agree with you.
That nightcap game, you might as well took that off and put the rest of a Christmas story on, because Luka's not playing.
You sound like Charles Barkley.
I'm being honest with you.
I think they should have flexed. I think they should have changed. They should have changed the Golden State game and the Phoenix game. They should have moved the Lakers game up and put the Golden State Phoenix game on the side on the 7:30 game.
They should have put the Phoenix and Golden State game. They should have made that the nightcap.
That's what I'm talking about. The 7:30.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, they should have. Yeah, right. And then you could have just jotted that Dallas game, because like I say, Luka not playing. So I'm supposed to watch Tim Hardaway Jr. Really? And Porzingis, really? Not. I watch Ralphie. I watch my man Flick put his tongue up to the pole. That's what I watch.
All right, we got Charles Barkley in the building today, everybody.
The Phoenix Suns. Let me tell you something. The Phoenix Suns, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Krispy Kreme donuts, the Phoenix Suns. That's how he sound when he golf. Oh man, I shanked it. The Phoenix Suns.
When he get exasperated, that's exactly how it sounds.
That man come after me, man. Charles Barkley, I'm sorry, but that is how you sound. The Phoenix Suns. He
has a good attitude. He don't mind people teasing him. He'll probably do it right along with.
Knock at my door when this thing opens. So look, if I text you 911, that means he came to get.
Now, hold on. It depends. If there's a camera behind him, he okay. But if it's just him by himself, don't open the door.
I don't think Southfield police will get here quick enough. The Phoenix Suns.
maybe 10 years ago. Right. All right. Thank you once again, everybody, for joining us. Make sure you click like, click share, and get people on the horn. Call them up. Hey, it's the Christmas morning edition of Sports Talk with Kamau and Felix, and I hope that you receive something nice for your Christmas holiday. Remember, at the end of the day, Jesus is the reason for the season, and even though this is his quote-unquote so-called birthday, but if you read the Bible, it say in harvest time, maybe, we're not going to get in that conversation today, but we don't say it today was his birthday. But I do want to wish my grandmother, today was her birthday. She'd have been a nice round age today. I still miss her to this day. So happy birthday to you, Grandma Octavia. And she's the one lady, if anybody I can tell you got me who I am to be today, is that I'm not saying my mom and dad didn't do it. I'm just saying that my grandmother was my favorite, and she taught me how to cook. So all them good dishes that I put on the table is because of her. Thank you, Darren Smith, for saying we're having a good talk today. We're going to move forward into the NFL. Biggest news. The Lions win another game.
I need them to win 2 more games. If they win 2 more games, I'll be close, because I said 4-13. So they'll be 4-12-1. I need them to win 2 more games. Like, y'all really care, win 2 more games, and then I'll be straight.
It can happen. It can definitely happen. Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Smith. Does draft position or culture matter? They're currently in the 3rd spot when they were in the number 1 spot last weekend before they won. Does it matter more for them to continue to win and look great and build that culture, or is it more important for them to get draft positioning?
It doesn't matter either way, because they're not going to do what you want them to do. The forwards are the forwards. Okay, well, here we go. I'm glad I'm on this show this morning, Christmas morning. Thank you. We had this talk before. What did I tell you? The Lions are like what? A soap opera. What is the name of the soap opera? One Life to Ruin. No, okay. We get the number one pick. Let's play pretend. That's what we gonna play. Pretend. Pretend they get the number one pick. You don't think they're gonna mess it up? Because everybody
Honestly,
gonna
I
say,
don't.
well,
This
everybody
year,
gonna say, well, let's pick the local kid, the Hutchinson kid. Or they're gonna say, well, let's pick the dude out of Oregon or whatever. I forget his name. You know what they're gonna do? They gonna go and trade the pick. Or they gonna go and say, nah, that's all right. We gonna pick a quarterback. Which you do need a quarterback. You need a quarterback, you need some receivers, you need some defense. That's three things on the slate. The Lions gonna mess it up because that's what they do. Because you know why? Come next year, Ford Field is gonna be packed. Until the people of Detroit don't look, it's simple. It's simple. Divide and conquer. You want the price of gas to go down? Let me tell you how you make the price of gas go down. I know this don't got nothing to do with. I'm gonna give you a little bit of Mr. Holmes 101. Go into the gas station, starting today, and just buy gas. Don't buy no chips. Don't buy no honey buns. Don't buy nothing but gas. Watch how the price of gas go down. You want to know why? Because all that stuff will start to stale, and they'll have to throw that out, and that'll get no money. So then you think Frito-Lay gonna keep bringing more products back that you're not buying? There you go. Price of gas will go down. Same thing with the Lions. Stop going down there. Show them that you really care as a fan, that you want a nice product on the field. They'll start listening. Same thing, divide and conquer.
I agree with you on not showing up at Ford Field, but you know good and well how many times you went to not only a gas station but a corner store, and that stuff be in there 20 years, and they still ain't restocking it. So I don't know if that's. I don't know. Maybe the potato chips.
You gotta figure like this too. Come on, it's more people than it's more gas stations. It's more people in the world than it is gas stations. It could be a gas station on every corner. How many people is on the block? 20. A house is a block from the beginning of the block to the end of the block. How many houses on each side? Maybe about 7. That's 14 people each side, right? 14 is more than 10, right? Okay, so therefore, if 14 people go in the gas station and just buy gas, don't buy none of that stuff, and you're the distributor of Frito-Lay, you're not going to keep delivering your stuff that's not being sold because you're losing money, right? So if you just keep going in there and you keep buying gas, eventually don't buy no lottery tickets. It's nothing because who funds the lottery? The state. So you're hurting the state also. Hey, you know what? Take the lottery machine out of here. Hey, you know what? We ain't serving Frito-Lay no more. Hey, you know what? It's all about divide and conquer. Go to the grocery store and buy your toilet paper. You don't buy toilet paper at the gas station. They don't even sell rolls of toilet paper. You know what they sell? One roll. What do they sell? What do they sell at the supermarket? 4 rolls. 4 is greater than 1, right? Go to the greater. But it's convenient. It's called divide and conquer. And watch how the price of gas goes up. Just a little tip.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to try that. We're going to try that. Mr. Darren Smith said he's right. The Fords want too much control. The Lions aren't going to win until they rebuild their back office. All right, let's see here. Kansas City has rebounded. They're looking like Kansas City. They actually have a great game this weekend. They're going to be playing against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, who they finding a way to hang around. So today's games, we got 2 games. We got Cleveland and Green Bay, Indianapolis and Arizona. 2 games that I do want to may not actively watch, but do want to keep up with. Cleveland is they're still not quite over the hump yet. They're still getting there. Baker Mayfield has proven himself that he can do the job, but he has to do it consistently. So this would be a great opportunity for him. You got 2 cold weather teams in a cold weather city. Of course, it's always hard to win in Lambeau. Do they have a chance to win today? They have a chance. Will they win today? Probably not. Everyone loves Aaron Rodgers. The referees in the NFL love Aaron Rodgers, and they love to make sure that Aaron Rodgers is taken care of.
I see that.
And you got 2 teams who are very inconsistent right now. Indianapolis and Arizona. Arizona has a good base of a team. They have a good running game. They got a decent quarterback. They got a good coach who likes to throw the ball, who understands the importance of having a running game to make sure to open up the passing game. You got Arizona, who is going through their midseason swoon. Every team goes through it. Some teams a little earlier, some teams a little later. Seem like they're doing it. They're going through their midseason swoon a little later than they normally would like to. Can they get back on the winning track today? That's going to be an intriguing game to watch. Probably between the two games, probably the most intriguing will probably be that one, Indianapolis and Arizona. I would hope that Arizona will get back on the winning track again because they're out there in the West and trying to keep pace with the Rams and make sure that they're trying to keep some kind of a home field advantage for the playoffs. They should still make the playoffs. They're on track to make the playoffs, but anything can happen, especially the way they've been playing lately. Tomorrow, we got Baltimore and Cincinnati. We got once again another team growing up, the Cincinnati Bengals. Mr. Joe Burrow has been leading that team pretty strongly the last couple of years, even though he got hurt a little bit last year. This year, he is doing very, very well. They're home against the Baltimore Ravens, and the quarterback over there, Mr. Jackson, has been inconsistent as of late, and that game should be a very good game tomorrow. That's one of the early games. Buffalo goes to New England this time. Before where they had the 3-pass game where New England beat Buffalo in Buffalo. And of course you still got bad weather up there. And Kansas City is hosting Pittsburgh. Kansas City on the upswing again. Pittsburgh just finding a way, like I said before. Pittsburgh over the last 3 seasons has probably been the most resourceful team in terms of finding out how to win, figuring out how to win that I've seen in a long, long time. They don't have a specific way that they do it. They just win. Sometimes it's defense, sometimes offense, sometimes it's special teams, sometimes it's ball control. They just find a way, and I think that's a credit to Coach Tomlin. He does. I don't think he gets nowhere near the credit that he deserves, and I think he's one of the greatest coaches that there is out there. And the one for the country, we have the Washington football team and the Dallas Cowboys. Both teams are still in playoff contention. Dallas is trying to clinch their playoff spot. Washington, they have if they can get their starting quarterback, Mr. Hinkie, I think they can beat Dallas, even though it's a home game tomorrow at 4:30 here in Jerry's World. I think Washington can beat Dallas if they have Hinkie. Like I said, not only Tomlin, but the coach for Washington. He has a way of winning games. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to think. Ron Rivera. Something about Ron Rivera. He knows how to win. He does it by any means necessary as well. He's an old school coach. He don't hoot and holler on the sideline. He get his defensive to play very, very strong for him, and the offense comes through when they need to. Out of those games, sir, we got which one for Sunday do you like the best? Baltimore, Cincy, Buffalo, New England, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and Washington, Dallas.
I agree with you. I believe Washington because I think Dallas going take them for granted. They don't get popped because Dak is not playing like
right.
Like
He's
you
not playing
think,
up to,
it's
up
like
to his
okay,
potential.
we gonna go out here and draw the connect dot our I's and cross our T's. Nah, Dallas. You know what? When it comes to the Cowboys, they like they're like the Wonder Twins. With ice with the monkey, right? With the monkey gleep. That's what they remind me of. Like they can only do so much, right? Activate, right? One can only be ice and the other can only be fire. That's what they remind me of the Wonder Twins. Saturday morning, I got cartoons on my mind. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. I like that Buffalo New England game just because of how the other one went, and they're probably looking at close to the same kind of weather in New England as they had in Buffalo.
Right.
Will Bill Belichick keep that same type of energy and make Buffalo stop the run, which they have not been able to do? I like Pittsburgh and Kansas City just because both those teams they they're both methodical. I guess that's the best way of putting it in terms of trying to make sure that they play their own style in terms of trying to get wins. Washington, Dallas. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I think that Dallas should win that game, but I think Washington has a better than average chance of winning that game. Thank you, Ms. Carvin Evans, for coming out today. Darren said no to an earlier comment and not going to happen when we were talking about the Lions. So thank you, Ms. Carmen, for joining us today. Merry Christmas to you. Hope Santa Claus brought you something nice. Hope he dropped the bag on you. We dropped the bag on you. Once again, we heading into College Bell. Hey, I didn't do the snap this time. I do the snap this time. Make sure you get the book. Go to Amazon. I meant to go to Amazon. Make sure you get this. It's not too late to get for a stocking stuffer. Great Friends Have a Journey Every Day by Mr. Marcus Holmes. Going into college basketball, the top 10, number 1, Baylor, Duke, Purdue, UCLA, Arizona, Kansas, USC, Iowa State, Alabama, and Michigan State in the 11th spot, who was not ranked at the beginning of the season. Baylor is 10-0, and 10-0 destroying, not barely winning, but destroying. Duke is 10-1. Purdue, who was started the preseason number 1. Gonzaga is 9-2, which is a lot of losses for them in the preseason. I think they purposely took on some tougher competition to get themselves a little bit readier, more and more ready in the preseason for the postseason. UCLA and USC both out of the Pac-10. In the top 10, Arizona are 11-0. Seem like they weathered their storm because they fired their coach Sean a few years ago, who had they didn't fire him for the shoe thing, for the money, but they fired him for the record, which lets me know that this is nothing new. It's just this NIL is really opening it up. Players are starting to talk a little bit more about. Some of them are taking pay cuts to take the NIL money as opposed to that money they was getting, not necessarily from the school directly from a booster. This is nothing new. One of these days they're gonna talk openly about it. So we'll see. Darren said that Green Bay is not going to lose. Green Bay is going to beat. Who are they playing? Green Bay is going to beat Cleveland. So Cleveland, I agree with you. They should beat them. I agree. The surprise team to me is Alabama. I know that they're in the SEC. You don't see too many SEC teams in the in the top 10, top 20 like that. Baylor is actually in the Big 12, and the Big 12 has a lot of good competition with Oklahoma. Oklahoma's been traditionally pretty good over the last 20 years. So to see Alabama group, to me, is a pretty good thing. I'm pretty happy that the SEC is representing. I know that Georgia's going to be good because they have Tom Crane down there. Never been much of a fan of his, even when he was at Michigan State with Tom Izzo. There's something about him that's disingenuous. Even like when you see him, there's something about him that's just his aura is just a little off. He's a good basketball coach. Don't get me wrong.
The shocker to me is Purdue.
That they're still at
the like, is that really good? Purdue. They got those big boys down there, the center and the big center and the forwards, and they got good guard play. And they lost that one game, and I forget who it was to, but they were a preseason number 1 team coming in. They were consistent number 1. That's been the shocker to me. But
well, they were good coming into last year. They made a good run at the end of last season.
I'm mad that Baylor. They gotta come to Lawrence. So
of course
they won't be number 1 for long. When they come to Lawrence, we'll take care of that.
Of course. You got to pay Bill Self. Bill Self, in my opinion, is one of the top 3 coaches in the country.
Like Dickie B said, you talk about those special places. It's so loud in there. That's a special place.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Right? That's a special place.
I agree with you 100%. Because that's right. Kansas is in the Big 12. I'm sorry. So they got to go through. Got to go to Kansas. They got to go to Lawrence. Got to go to Lawrence. Got to go to that little town in the middle of the state.
Hey,
Don't.
look, man, I'm not about to let you talk about my school.
I'm not dogging them. I'm just stating facts. It's not,
What facts are
Lawrence,
you
Kansas
stating,
is not.
sir?
Is Lawrence, Kansas the destination for the state of Kansas, other than the University
No,
of
it's really
Kansas?
like Kansas City is the destination.
No, I'm not dissing them at all.
Oh,
What I'm saying
okay.
is, in the middle
I
of
was just
winter,
making sure. Like
I'm
you
not.
say,
No
I'm
slight at
checking my
all.
list to see who's
I know that's
normally
because your school.
nice.
I know that's your school. I'm just saying, in the middle of the winter, you come into Kansas, University of Kansas, you know what you're coming for. You coming
Oh
for a
yeah,
game,
absolutely.
and it's a good chance that you're gonna get. You're gonna have a chance to win when 0-0, but at the end of the score, you're probably gonna be down 18 or 25. That's just a fact.
Absolutely. Okay,
That's just
see,
what it is.
that's what's up.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, in the middle of the winter when it's snowing outside, and your team van got them chains on them trying to get to the game because they ain't canceling the
Nah, it
game.
ain't that bad, man. It's not
They ain't
that bad.
canceling the game.
It get
So you gonna
cold
come in
down
there,
there, but it ain't that bad.
and it's
Like
cold.
when I was there, it would snow like Wednesday, and then maybe by Saturday we'd be outside playing basketball. Nah, it got it. Now I ain't gonna lie and tell you, oh, it's better than Michigan, no, but where it was snowing, then you'd be like, oh, okay, dang, it's snow gone. I can recall it. I can
Okay.
recall it snowing Wednesday. We outside running full court Saturday. Like, man, so.
All right. All right. We are moving into towards the end of the show. We have about 8 minutes left in the show, and we are getting into the our stupid sports segment. Um, I think we have a little commercial. If not, it's okay. We're gonna keep moving right into it. The stupid sports news. Let's see here. We're gonna take a quick pause to see if the audio is ready. If not, we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. All right. Moving into stupid sports news. Uh, First of all, I gotta say this. Kyrie is coming back part time. Is he or is he not? I know that the Brooklyn they put him on his Twitter feed and they put a picture of him up there and they put a little blurb out that I think they rumored it. I don't know, I don't think it was an official. The rumors that he's gonna be coming back part time. It looks like Kyrie won on that fact. He lost a lot of money, but on principle, he'll be back playing again. And I know that they'll be glad to have him back because James Harden, as always, he'll be consistently inconsistent. He'll go ahead and points, and then come playoff times, he'll find his box and lock and put a lock on it himself like he do every year. So, but Kyrie seems to step up in the playoffs, which is what they're going to need for him moving down the stretch. And second stupid sports news: Ben Simmons still not playing basketball. After all this time, he's still not playing. Every week, every other day, every third day, it seems like it's some rumor floated out that he's going to be, let's see, how can I put it? Traded for this player or that player and going to go to this team. The latest ones they have him, the biggest one that they keep floating out there that he's coming to the Pistons. They said that with the most in some kind of 3-team trade. I've heard that multiple times, multiple ways. Normally, when they're doing that, they're putting out the feeler to see how it's going to look, for the league to say, oh, he's going to the Pistons. What are the other teams? Was the money right? Oh, it looks like it can work. But in the background, that's what they're really trying to do. They just put it out there so it's not so harsh
Right,
when it actually
to
happens.
see what's going on. Bring him in. Can't do no worse.
Yeah,
Think
why
about
not?
it. You can't
We
do
even
no
talked
worse.
about that.
What are they? 5-19?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, can't do no worse. Bring him in. But here's the thing: you're gonna get rid of Jeremy Grant for him. You're gonna get rid of Isaiah for him. You're gonna get rid of Cade for him. Somebody got to go. But see, this is the thing: in order to slay the dragon, you got to cut off the head. So if you're gonna get rid of him, then get rid of Dwayne Casey too.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
the problem.
I agree.
That's the problem. I can do a better job than Dwayne Casey, and I have no NBA head coaching experience whatsoever. But I know the difference of basketball. I know the difference of X's and O's. I know the difference of major and just. How are you up 19 going into the fourth and you lose games like that? That's coaching. That's not on the players. It's coaching.
Yeah.
Basketball is a game of runs. When you see the other team making a run, you make an adjustment to stop their run. It's like it's starting to make it seem like when he was in Toronto, that was all for naught. Because how can you go from championship pedigree to now you're looking like you don't know what you're doing?
Now, I think I wouldn't say that. You got better talent for one, players. And you got a better point guard. A good point guard can cover up a whole lot of stink on the team. Kyle Lowry?
Time out.
Kyle Lowry.
What point guard?
Kyle Lowry. Is that his name? Is that the kid's name in Toronto?
You talking about when he had Kyle Lowry in Toronto?
Yes.
As opposed to Cade right now. That's what you're saying.
Right. Oh. That's what I'm saying. A good point guard can cover up a whole lot of stink. A whole lot of stink. He can get people in the right position and make the team look good. Well, he doesn't have that right now. So I'm not saying that Dwayne Case is a good coach. I'm saying he's a better coach.
Doesn't have that right now. Okay, so since he doesn't have that right now, then they should have traded the pick, correct?
I'm still agreeing with you saying that they shouldn't have drafted Cade. They should have drafted the other kid because he got a whole lot more dog in him. They're still going to need a solid point guard. That's you guys going to run your flow. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. All right, and should all sports teams go on hiatus for 2 weeks like the NHL? The NHL has taken an unprecedented stance of saying we're going to go on hiatus for 10 to 2 weeks. We're going to put everybody on lockdown, and then when we're going to get this coronavirus, this new variant. If everybody's off for 2 weeks, we stand a better chance of coming back stronger because it's not being spread. Should all sports teams do that? Should the NFL and the NBA follow the NHL's lead?
And in regards to the NBA, if I'm an NBA player, Brooklyn Nets, I don't play with Kyrie.
You don't?
I don't want to play with Kyrie. I went and got vaccinated. This young man chose not to. I don't know what this young man does when we're not together. You know what I'm saying? And It's making your whole organization look farce. First, you took the stand and said, okay, he won't be a part of this program. He won't be a part of this organization. Woo, 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 woo. Then, like you just said in the previous segment, he backtracked and he won. If that's me and you really want to play with him? Plus, we got a new variant out. We don't know nothing about the new variant, but me and you vaccinated. I've been at your house. You done been at my house. We ride to practice together. We ride to the games together. We both vaccinated. We don't know what Kyrie doing in his spare time. Imagine it like this. Kyrie's our teammate. We decide one day, my car's in the shop. I call you for a ride. You say, yeah, I come get you, but we got to pick up Kyrie too. I say, okay. So we in your Navigator, whatever luxury SUV you drive. Me and you vaccinated. This guy gets in. He gets in the front seat because I don't want to even sit next to him. I let him get in the front seat next to you. 3 days later, we test positive because we gave him a ride. Although our symptoms are not as big as his, we got contaminated because of this guy. Mm-hmm. That's the point. If I'm James Harden, if I'm KD, Kevin Durant, if I'm any of them, Blake Griffin, I don't even care if I ain't even playing. If let's just say I'm a bench player, I don't want to play with him. Look at all the turmoil that you have brought to this organization from day one. You can't be trusted, man. I mean, it's all about you. I can't play with you. I can't play with people like that.
I agree. Mr. Darren Smith said they should as well. In the FCA too. That's what Darren said. The Little Caesars Arena. Is that what we're talking about? Oh, the plant. He said the plants are going to shut. Y'all don't shut down right now anymore.
We all work together.
What y'all talking about?
They took away.
Y'all already don't shut down.
Right. They took away the protocol. We used to have a heat check. We used to have all this. We had 15 minutes where we wiped down the desks and all that. All that went away because at that time, I could see why they did it because we had a hold on it or we had some type of grasp on it. Now with this new variant, we don't. So everybody is guessing and waiting and guessing. That's not good either.
They just brought ours back in my job. But we got to wrap it up. We're getting towards the end of the show. We want to end with a few predictions for the playoff and Michigan State game, Alabama, Cincinnati. Who you got?
Alabama.
Football. The
Man,
football
35. 35-14.
Bama?
Alabama. Roll
Okay.
Tide.
I got Alabama a little bit closer. I got 28-17, a little bit closer. Michigan, Georgia, who you got?
You say who?
Michigan, Georgia, who you got?
Really? Georgia.
You got Georgia?
Georgia 24-17.
I got a really, really double, triple overtime game. To me, this game is a toss-up. Honestly, it's a toss-up because you're playing it in SEC country. I know it's a neutral site. Double, triple overtime, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Flipping the coin, if you had to put a gun in my head, I would say Georgia, but Michigan might win this game. Michigan might
Are
win.
you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I see this as a very much closer game than anybody ever give it credit to be. All right, and the Michigan State Pittsburgh game on the 30th. Michigan State versus Pittsburgh. Who you got?
Michigan State 30-24.
I think that's going to be a close game as well. And both the quarterback's not playing for Pittsburgh and the running back not playing for Michigan State. Our running back not playing for us, I think, affects us more than the quarterback not playing for them. I like Pittsburgh by 3. I hate to say that, but I'm a State fan. I'm still going to cheer for State, but I'm gun to my head. Pittsburgh by 3.
Okay. Well,
Next
Michigan State didn't send you a Christmas card or something?
Oh, I still like you. See what's behind my head?
That's why I'm tripping on. How are you gonna say Michigan State we're gonna lose by 3?
I think when we didn't win and we didn't play well, it's because he wasn't in the game. So
Kenneth Walker, right?
Kenneth Walker's not playing. So for him not to play, I think it's going to affect us more than Pickett not playing.
Kenneth Walker. Does Kenneth Walker does he play offense or defense?
Plays offense.
Okay, so what wins games?
Defense wins games.
Okay, there you go. There's your answer. There you go.
We still got to be in the
the
score.
giving season. I'm gonna give you the answer. There you go.
I'm gonna stand by what I say. Okay,
right. Well, when we have the next show and you're wrong, just remember I
say I'm wrong. I always say I'm wrong. I always admit when I'm wrong.
Just remember that on Christmas I told you Michigan State is going to win. You said Michigan State to lose by 3. So when we see in the new year when we do the new, let's start the show off with that. I was wrong and Felix was right.
I will. Speaking of the next show is on January 8th. Thank you everyone for coming out and joining us today. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you guys get a chance to go and visit with some family and get somebody to call. It's Christmas. Call somebody you haven't got a chance to talk to in a long time. Even if if you don't like them, or not say don't like them, y'all got to do something stupid, or you just gotten away from that person, haven't talked to them a long time. Give them a call. Tell them Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate for a holiday. I hope that it is well to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Felix, for joining us today. Thank you for everyone who joined in on all the different platforms. Thank you, Mr. Marcus Holmes, the man in the background, man of the hour, Too Sweet to Be Sour. Make sure you go out and get his book, Gratefulness Journey, every day. Merry Christmas to you, and have a fantastic rest of your day, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. All right.